In this video, we'll be looking at text functions in Excel. And the first one up is concatenate, which combines multiple text strings into one. Next one up is left, which extracts a specified number of characters from the start of a text string. Next one up is mid, which extracts characters from the middle of a text string based on position and length. The next one is right, which extracts a specified number of characters from the end of a text string. We have then upper, which converts all text characters to uppercase. Lower converts all text characters to lowercase. And proper, which capitalizes the first letter of each word. Well, let's get right into our video and get to work. Okay, so right here we have our data for this video, and this one looks a little bit different just because we have a quite a bit to cover in this one. So the first thing we want to do is we have this column called full name, and that's because right now we have the first and last name split into two columns. I want to combine column D and E into just one column since these names should be appropriately put into one single column. So what I'm going to do is go into G2. I'm going to use the concatenate function for this, so I'm going to do equals concatenate, open up my parentheses. And so concatenate could get a little bit, I won't say hectic, but it really could be very customized to exactly what you want. So the thing I want to do first is, okay, what's the first part we want in this cell? We want first name. So I'll click into D2, then put in a comma. And now we have to remember, when you look at someone's name, there's a space between the first name and the last name. So I want to come after first name is a space. And what I'm going to do for that, I'm going to do a open quote, put a space, and then another quote, and then a comma. So that basically is going to say I want a space between the first name and last name. And to finish it off, click on E2, close it up, and there we go. We get Alice Smith right there. Extend a little bit, and there we go. Cool. And we see right there, there's one space. And if I even want to do like another one, let's say one here. See the space gets a little bit larger. So of course I just want one. I'll put it back to normal. But I'm just trying to show that with concatenate, we could do a ton. You can add in commas, semicolons, spaces. You could do whatever you want to put it all into one cell. So next up, we have the left function. And for this, we're looking at the deal ID. So we have the deal ID, which is split up into basically three parts based off the hyphen. And we want to get everything basically before the hyphen. And it looks like that there's two characters before that. So I'm going to go over here to H2, type in equals left, click onto A2 since I want to go from there. And then what comes after that is it tells us, okay, from the beginning, how many characters do you want to pull in? I just want 2. Type in number 2, close it up, and there we go. Apply it to the rest, and we're all good. You see right there, MX, that is exactly what I want. So those are the first 2 characters I'm looking for. Then I could go right into mid, which I'll go to I2 equals mid. And this one gets a little bit different. So of course, first part, I'll do the text, so A2. But now it's a little bit different because now you're going in the middle of a text. So you have to tell Excel, where do you want to start? I'll put my comma. And I want to start, basically, if I look at this, M being 1, 2, 3. I want to start at the fourth one. The fourth character is what I want to pull in. I don't want to bring in the hyphen. I just want to bring in anything in between the hyphens. So I put in 4. And then for number of characters, I'm going to put in 2. Close it up. And there we go. Let's apply it to all to the rest. And let's make sure it's good. WQ, WQ, and yep, all good there. And just to finish this out, let's go over to right. Do equals right. And this one's very similar, where you're looking at text and number of characters, but with right, typically how we read left to right. It's a little bit different, so you have to kind of go right to left with how many characters you want to count. So I'll go into A2, and we see right here that there are 4 characters after the final hyphen. So I'll put in comma 4, close it up, double click to apply, and just double check, we have 9WTI. 9WTI. Perfect. So that's how you use left, mid, and right to extract from a text character. And like I said, it can be very customized in how much you want to pull in, how much you don't. So there's a lot you can do with those functions. Okay, so next up we have upper. And for this one, like I said, it takes any text character and makes all the characters within it uppercase. So we're looking at this data. Let's just take a quick glance and see what could make sense to make it uppercase. So no, that doesn't look good. Last names, no. State, that definitely makes sense, right? We don't want the states to be lowercase. That's not appropriate to be shown. So we're over here. Let's go. We're in K2. We'll do equals, and we will type in upper. And same thing, we're looking at the text. And all we gotta do for this one, it's pretty simple, where we don't do anything to it. We just have to tell Excel what cell or range do we want to make upper. Click enter and apply it to the rest. And we see clearly now every single state is appropriately uppercased and all good to go. And to keep this moving, I'll go over to lower. I'll start it off. And let's take a look at everything else here again, right? So lower makes everything within a cell or range lowercase. And okay, so city's already lowercase. That won't really work. This is a deal ID that doesn't make any sense. That has no impact on anything. But if you look at op contact, they're all in capital letters and they're an email. So we definitely want them to be in a lowercase because I don't know about you, but I don't really see any emails that are completely all uppercase. So I'll simply go into F2, close it up, click enter, apply it to the rest, make the columns a little bit bigger. And there we go, right? So now every single email looks way, way more appropriate, all lowercase, and much easier to read and use. And to finish this off, we have proper. So I'll do equals, proper. And looking around at the data, what needs to be proper? Because once again, how proper works is it takes anything in the cell and makes each individual word or character a capital letter, the very first one. So we're looking around here and we see city. Now, like I said, New York, San Diego, they need to be capitalized. Being lowercase like that is not the right way to show them off. So click into B2, close it up, enter, apply it to the rest, fill that out. And there we go. Everything looks much, much cleaner, much more appropriate, and able to be used for any kind of analysis or showing off to your manager for maybe some kind of report or something like that. Well, you did a great job on that one. I really appreciate you following along, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.